Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I will be your instructor for today's class. We are looking at IELTS Task 2 Writing, and this topic will be local or foreign products. Task 2 Writing, it's 40 minutes. And it's an argument essay or persuasive essay where you convince your reader of your ideas. Task 2 writing is very similar for both the academic and the general IELTS exam. Hello, Elvina. Hi, Chayanik Erkin. Welcome to the class, students. Hello, Amrit. Welcome to our members. This is a subscribers chat class, so to participate in the chat, you need to subscribe to our channel. So click the subscribe button, hit the bell button for notifications on your phone. It's a great idea if you're preparing for the IELTS exam to get notifications of these live classes and all the materials that we are uploading to YouTube. So get in there, everyone. This class, everyone, is presented to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS success. Visit us there. For the general IELTS, visit us at gieltshelp.com. Both websites are also powered by apps. Academic IELTS Help is powered by or AE Help is powered by Academic IELTS Help app, and GIELTS Help is powered by General IELTS Help app, so you can install those apps and use the apps together with the websites. They work really well together. Our websites, we use them in these live classes all the time for speaking and for listening as well. So make sure to join them. You can try them for free by clicking this green button that's kind of behind my head, and you can join the premium package with the red button that's just above my head here. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. We are an official British Council IELTS Test Registration Center certified agents, and now we're IDP partners as well. So you are in great hands with us. We just introduced this new discount code, and I see a few people already used it in the last class, which is awesome. You can use this code, which is IELTS 9, for a 25% discount. So IELTS 9 will give you a 25% discount on our premium package. Again, it's a one-time payment for lifetime access. So go ahead and use that code when you register for the premium course. Here it is, IELTS 9, IELTS 9. That 25% discount. If you have questions, students, there is my email. Try to get that in there. There's my email. The email address is adrian@aehelp.com. All right, Eugen, brightening up our lives in the chat with some happy emojis, panda bear and cowboy coming onto the scene. TechTube says, I'm your biggest fan. TechTube, that is... I'm honored. That is very nice of you. Thank you so much. We are here to help you in your IELTS journey. Students, we've got the writing task 2 right now. We'll go through the whole essay. We'll talk strategy. We'll learn vocabulary. We will learn grammar. Tomorrow we will have speaking part 2 for members, speaking part 3 for everyone. And then on Sunday, we will have a Light Hall class. On Light Hall, I put the URL into the chat. It's a free class. It's for speaking. It's an amazing platform for live learning. We already have like 50 or 60 people registered in the class, so register for that class, get in on the action, join us on Light Hall as well. It's fantastic. Okay, and for writing, everybody, for writing, definitely sign up for Grammarly using our link. Grammarly is a wonderful piece of software to help you with grammar, identify your mistakes, make corrections to your writing, and help you improve. So if you sign up for Grammarly, we will score your IELTS essays for free. You just email them to us and we'll let you know your band score. So that's another kind of win-win situation with us. I put that into the chat as well, and we'll talk more about that as we write our essay today. But a great way to get help from Grammarly and from us for free is to sign up for Grammarly, free Grammarly, no strings attached, beautiful piece of software. Lots of students already use it. And then use our link and you can send us your essay. Use Grammarly to check your essay first, then send us your essay, and then we'll say, okay, it's a band 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll let you know what you got. Okay, so very useful piece of software. Madinka is asking, are you British or are you American? Madinka, I am Canadian, and I live in Western Canada. And for us here in the West, we also call ourselves West Coast or West Coast North Americans. I'm kind of like, my accent is kind of like the accent you would hear in Los Angeles, in Hollywood, San Francisco, Seattle, Vancouver. I'm in Victoria. Okay. Diana is asking, do you have free lessons? Diana, this is a free lesson. Okay. All right. Siobhan is asking, sir, has the exam pattern changed? IDP is looking to change the exam pattern. Okay. Ruslan is asking, how can we find tomorrow's exam answers? You can't, Ruslan. Okay. Madink is asking, are you an examiner? I was an examiner. I'm a British Council agent at this time, so I can definitely give you a lot of information, even more information than an examiner. Examiners don't have all the information on IELTS. You should know that. There are people like me who have even more information on IELTS than an examiner. I have created exams. I have done exams. I'm a certified British Council agent. Okay. All right. Okay, everyone. So let's get into IELTS Task 2 writing. Let's do this. So IELTS Task 2 writing, you have 40 minutes. You should spend 40 minutes on this task. That's what we're going to do. Probably a little bit more because I will explain how to write the essay. You need to write at least 250 words. Step 1. Read the question carefully. The number one mistake by students is that they don't read the question carefully and they write off topic. They don't know why they got a bad score. They say, hey, but I wrote such a good essay, and why did I get such a low score? If you write off topic, you will get a low score. The number one reason many high-level IELTS candidates get a low score in the writing is because they write off topic essays. Okay, so the first step to avoiding that mistake is that they, there we go, Grammarly making that correction, is that they write off topic essays. So the first step to writing correct essays is make sure to read the question carefully. Let's do that now. So here we go. Some people feel that it is important to buy local products to support their economy. while others prefer to buy international brands. Which do you believe is better and why? Give explanations and examples using your own experience. Okay, so let's really make sure that we understand this question. And we can do that by paraphrasing. Okay? So let's paraphrase this. Let's write this in our own words. Now, this isn't your introduction, students. The introduction isn't just a paraphrase of the question. If you're only doing that, that means that you're going for a band 6, 6.5 essay. If your teacher tells you, just paraphrase the question for the introduction, you should know that they're teaching you a band 6 to band 7 level strategy, which means that if you write perfect English and you're paraphrasing the question for your introduction, you're doing a band 6 to 7. Now, if that works for you, great. If you need something higher, like a band 7, 8, 9, you should think about it a little bit more carefully, okay? So let me paraphrase this. The paraphrasing is just to get us a better idea of the question and to collect vocabulary for the response. So certain individuals, instead of saying some people, I'm saying certain individuals, okay? Feel it is important, believe it is necessary, to buy, to purchase local products, domestic goods, to support, to stimulate their country's economy. I'm going to keep economy the same. Okay. New sentence. A little bit of grammar paraphrasing. However, on the other side, some people like to purchase or buy international brands, foreign products. Okay, so finding different ways to say local products or international brands, foreign products for international, domestic goods, okay, or imported goods would be a good one for international as well. Which do you believe is better? Which side do you support and why? Provide explanations and instances using your own past. Okay, so there we go. That's my paraphrase. Now, also paraphrase, students. So I would like to see your paraphrasing. Here's mine. Let me read the original and then let me read my paraphrase. Now, this gives me absolute certainty on what I'm writing. I'm not adding any new information. I'm not taking out any important information. I'm just paraphrasing, okay? So some people feel it is important to buy local products to support their economy, while others prefer to buy international brands. Which do you believe is better and why? Give explanations and examples using your own experience. Certain individuals believe it is necessary to purchase domestic goods to stimulate their economy. However, on the other side, some people like to buy foreign products. Which side do you support and why? Provide explanations and instances using your own past. Okay, let's see. The Bong sisters says, I am Irby from Kolkata. Thanks to God I got your channel to prepare for IELTS. Awesome. Irby, I'm glad to help. Go ahead and paraphrase that question. Hi, Ghazi. I hope the other side of Canada is as nice today as it is here. It's nice and sunny here. Okay. Let me see. Mal is asking, in this type of question, must the student decide which side of the argument they stand on? Absolutely, Mal. That's what the question is asking. Okay. Money Deep, let's check out what you have here. Okay, Money Deep is the first one who has paraphrased the question. Good for you, Money Deep. Let me give you a bit of feedback. So this is what Money Deep writes in 2 parts, of course, as you're limited to characters in the chat. Money Deep is one of our members. Money Deep says, few individuals. Few and some are not the same, Money Deep. So I would change that to some or several. Okay? And individuals is a small I. Individuals believe that it is essential to purchase goods manufactured in their country to maintain their economy. However, certain people prefer to buy imported products. Which do you think, you don't need in your opinion, that's redundant, it's repetitive, is good is okay. Yeah, we can keep that. Which do you think is good and why? Give explanations and instances from your past. Good. So you just kind of copied me there, and that's fine. Nice paraphrasing, Money Deep. I like your maintain their economy. I like your imported products. Very good. Okay. Chasam also has a paraphrase. Let's look at Chasam's paraphrase, and then we'll get into planning an introduction. Chasam says, certain individuals, sure, certain individuals claim that it is essential to purchase their own country's goods. Chasam, show possession with the apostrophe S. Okay? When you need to show possession, show possession. Okay? So to purchase their own country's goods to boost their economy. However, new sentence, capital letter. However, some people suggest that to buy foreign products is a better choice. This has to be a full sentence, Chasam. Capital. If you start sentences with small letters, they will start to impact your score. Which side do you believe has missing words? Chasam, full sentences. Careful with your grammar. Which side do you believe has more benefits and why? All right. So here we want to now think critically. So these are some good paraphrasings. We have good clarity here on what we're doing. And now we want to think critically. Okay, so think critically before you answer. Okay, visualize the situation. All right, sure. Now, use up to down processing and down up processing or analysis. Okay, what do I mean by that? All right, what do I mean by up to down and down to up? Okay, you're probably like, what does Adrian mean by that? Up to down and down to up. I'm going to explain that. So this means think about specific examples and think about general concepts. Okay. So let's do that. All right. That means let's think about the example. So I've talked about thinking about the what, why, how for critical thinking. Okay, and you should always have these questions in mind, the what, why, how. All right. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of a different approach today here for this one. Think about examples and think about general concepts. Okay. All right. So when we think about general concepts of domestic versus international products, what are the general concepts that come to mind? Okay, so if I ask you about this, okay, and obviously we're thinking about both perspectives. So Nepali, definitely think about both perspectives. When we're thinking about buying products, buying merchandise, and thinking about domestic, international, what kind of general concepts come to mind? Okay. Het Mystery says, I would totally stand with the former side as its benefits will be discussed in ensuing paragraphs. That is going to be a band 5 to 6 essay, Het. Okay. It's generic. It's a template. I see that kind of writing in IELTS all the time. And as an examiner, I cannot give it a band score more than a 6 or a 6.5. It's not original writing. Only original writing will get band score 7 and higher. Okay, so when I think about general concepts or general ideas related to domestic versus international products, what do I think of? So Mal says supporting the economy. Okay, so okay, so supporting the economy of local producers or foreign producers. Okay, Money Deep says the cost of the products. Okay, now for some people, answers will be different. Okay. Chayan Kip says reasonable price for domestic brands. Okay. All right. What else? Freddie says quality. Very good. Sure. So let's break this as we're writing it. So supporting the economy of local producers, foreign producers, the cost of the products, reasonable prices for domestic brands, quality of products. Okay. Tayan Kip says supporting local workers. All right, Ghazi says competitive prices. That goes with the cost of products. The distribution of profits. Asang Santiago says where the profits go. Asang, when you're thinking critically, when you're planning an essay, avoid asking questions. This is an important point here, students. Okay, so when you are planning an essay, avoid thinking in questions like where the profits go. Okay, instead, think about statements like the distribution of profits. It's very important. Okay, it's a very important skill to switch your mind from questions to statements. Everybody got that? Thumbs up. Thumbs up if you got that. Okay, now everybody who's watching, just a reminder, this is a subscribers chat class. So if you want to join in on the chat, join in on the fun of chatting and giving answers, then subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button. Okay. All right. So think about statements. Zarina says, got it. Okay, not questions, not where the profits go, the distribution of profits, because in the essay, you're writing statements, not questions. Okay, all right, good. Okay, so these are all great. So we have some good ideas here: profits, employment, and costs, and so forth. Let's try to reverse this. So let's try to think of a specific example. So now that we thought about the big to small, so now that we thought about the main concepts, okay, so now that we've thought about general concepts around international and domestic products, let's think of some specific examples. To get greater clarity on our answer, okay, and supporting points. Okay, so what would be an example of buying a local product versus an international product? Okay, so give me an example of in your life where you have bought a product. Tell me what that product is, where you said, okay, I'm buying a local product, or where you're like, okay, I'm buying this product and it's an international product and I have no problem with that. So give me some examples. You're going to use these in your essay in the body paragraph, so it's really good to think about them before you start writing the essay, because you're going to write a better essay if you have clarity on what examples you're using. Okay. So what's an example of a product that you have bought? Maybe you have some products where you've bought both international and domestic brands. Okay. And I can tell that now some of you are thinking, you're like, oh yeah, what have I bought that is produced locally versus internationally? Okay, Rajveer says, so Rajveer Singh says, buying local mangoes instead of imported mangoes. So fruit, yeah. Yeah, very good. Mangoes. All right. That would be a good example. Okay, let me separate that out there for a second. Shoes. Okay, very good. So buying local shoes versus international shoes. What would be an international brand of shoes that you have bought? Okay. All right, so what would be an international pair of shoes? Het Mystery says Nike. Sure, why not? Keep it simple, right? Nike. Okay, all right. Now, there could be other products, absolutely, like beer as well. But now that we've got a couple, okay, so let's just stick with these. Now we can think about this a little bit better. Okay, let me ask you this. Which is more expensive? Local mangoes or imported mangoes? Same question for shoes. Which is more expensive? Local mango or local mangoes or local Nikes? Local shoes or imported shoes like Nike? Okay. So which is more expensive? Amu says imported. Okay. See, it's different in different countries because in Canada, imported is often cheaper than local. So this is where you have to be very good in explaining your ideas to the reader. Okay, and local shoes in Canada that are made by hand are going to be way more expensive than imported shoes like Nike. Okay. So Priyanka says, yeah, in India, the imports are more expensive. In Canada, often the domestic is more expensive. Okay. All right. Ghazi says, yeah, it's true. Okay. Miles says, odd. Why? Well, because of the cost of labor, right? In Canada, the cost of labor is very expensive. So locally made products, they're often made better, but they're more expensive. Okay, which has better quality? Okay. Same question here. Which has better quality? So, imported or domestic? Locally made products or imported products? Okay, Uma says local. Adrian, my name brother, says local. Chisum says international. Chayankip says both have better quality. Okay. I tend to see that in most places, local seems to be the popular answer. Okay. Let's say local. In Canada, you pay more for local products, and oftentimes local products, they're definitely more expensive. However, they are going to be better quality. Okay. Now, obviously, that's not true in every location. So by doing this and by thinking of these specific answers, we get much better ideas about our essay, and we get a very important piece of information, which is the location is important for this essay. Whether the person is in India, Canada, Spain, China, or Japan, right? So that becomes an important piece of this puzzle to answer this question accurately, okay? Right, makes sense? Or Nepal, okay. And I can see a lot of chatter in the chat. People are like, oh yeah, it's so different. For you, it's that. For us, it's this. And it's not the same all over the world. That's why we have such diversity of imported and domestic goods. All right. And one point that we can be certain of is buying local products creates more jobs, right? That we can be certain of. All right. Okay. Now, we have some good ideas, and the IELTS, students, is not about telling the examiner the absolute truth. Sometimes the absolute truth doesn't exist. So don't try to discover the absolute truth in your essay or in your speaking section for that matter. Simply write a good argument. Based on 2 to 3 clear logical points. Okay, so pay attention to the question, identify 2 to 3 clear logical points, and write a good essay. It doesn't have to be the absolute truth. It has to be one side of the argument. It has to be believable. Okay, so here we go back to the original question. All right. And the question is, which do you believe is better? So we focus on one side of this argument, okay? So this question is asking you to focus on one side of the matter, okay, of the argument. All right, so you can mention the other side as a comparison, but you need to focus on one side. So you don't need to write a whole paragraph about the side that you disagree with. All right, let me show you how to do this. So now that we've done some good thinking, we thought about the general and we thought about the specific, we can write a good essay. Does everybody get how thinking about specific examples before you start writing your essay is a very effective tool for coming up with good points? And a good essay will help you to write faster. So coming up with the concept of buying local mangoes instead of imported ones, or in Canada where I'm at, buying local apples instead of imported apples, okay? Or shoes, buying local shoes instead of imported shoes, and thinking about why do I buy local shoes or why do I buy imported shoes will help you to identify which side to focus on more, okay? And it might not be the one that you thought of it at the beginning. Maybe some of you are like, oh, I'm going to choose international, but then you realize, wait, I'll go with local instead. So thinking of these specific examples from your life, because the question's asking you, use examples from your life, right? Can really help you to figure out the essay before you start writing, right? Everybody, yes? Got that? That's an important point for today's lesson. So now that I have these concepts, I can come up with my thesis statement, okay? So a band 7 to 9 essay must have a clear and direct thesis. Following paragraphs. It's so strange to write about your essay, okay? That's considered like middle school or not even high school level writing, where you're writing about your essay, okay? So do not write this essay will discuss in these paragraphs about da 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 da, okay? This is low-level writing. It's simply strange to write about your essay. They will always teach you in good communication classes that instead of telling people what you will write about or what you will talk about, just talk about it, okay? So communication coaches, keep that in mind. This is not just Adrian telling you, oh, Adrian always says things that are different from my other teachers. Don't just listen to me, listen to other experts as well. So communication experts will always tell you to avoid telling your argument or telling your audience what you will write or speak about. Instead, simply speak about it. Okay? Think about it from your own perspective. You appreciate that more. Instead of me saying, I will talk about this, I'm just going to say it. Paraphrase the question. Write a direct thesis, right? Makes sense? Okay? All right. Nepali's asking, what was your cue card? The cue cards are always changing, Nepali. Every student we talked to in the last couple classes had a different cue card for speaking, so get ready for anything. Okay, so here we go. Direct thesis statement using what we talked about, okay? Write your thesis statements. Let's see. Akni is already writing a thesis statement. That's good. Let's see if anybody else writes a thesis statement. Akni, I'll take a look at that in a second. So thesis statement. I believe it is better to buy local, or let's use the paraphrasing, domestic products, as they are cheaper, better quality, and support local workers. Okay, so there is my thesis statement, and that's all I need. Okay, so I believe it is better to buy domestic products as they are cheaper, better quality, and support local workers. Okay, let's see what other students have here. So Akni for the thesis says, Buying local products are better, because it's plural, products are better for the environment. Foods that are grown in the countryside near your home be fresher. Okay, let's fix this a little bit, Akni. So buying local products, first person voice. I think that buying local products are better for the environment and healthier. Okay, if you're focusing on food especially. Let's take out that second person voice. Akni, don't use you and your in the writing, because you never know. For me in Canada, sometimes local food is not as fresh as imported food, believe it or not. So it's not true everywhere, okay? So you have to be careful. Don't write you or your in the IELTS essay. So now that we fixed that, it's looking better. Okay, before that it was a band 5, now it's a band 8. All right, let's see what Rajveer has come up with. Rajveer Singh, a long-time member of our channel, a wonderful student. Rajveer says, I believe that domestically produced products, Rajveer, avoid that kind of awkward repetition. So I believe that domestically produced goods are better to buy than imported merchandise. Be concise, Rajveer, than imports. Due to superior quality and greater employment. That is a band 9 thesis, everyone. Simply put, it's nice paraphrasing and nice parallel grammar. So superior quality will be Rajveer's body paragraph 1, and greater employment will be body paragraph 2. And that is a fantastic answer. So let's stick with Rajveer's thesis for this one. Okay. All right, we're gonna stick with Rajveer's thesis. It's a band 9 level thesis. It will make for 2 great body paragraphs, and we'll cut right into the introduction. So introductory paragraph. Introductory paragraph should have a hook. And yes, I know some of you are going to say, my teacher said it doesn't need a hook for task 2. If you want to write a band 6 essay or a band 7 essay, no, it doesn't. But if you want to write a band 7, 8, 9 essay and give yourself a chance to write a higher band essay, then you need a hook. I'm not just saying that. Examiners will tell you that have marked lots of essays, that their high band essays usually have a hook, because good writing usually has a hook. Good writing introduces the topic and captures the audience with a hook. So introduce the topic and capture the audience. Okay, here we go. Customers must frequently decide between buying local or imported products. Okay, there is my hook. Simple, to the point, no mistakes, short sentence. Okay, very important here. So short sentence, to the point. Okay. So controlling idea here, Chisam, is which is better, buying local or domestic. So that's the controlling idea and the reasons for it. Okay. The topic is products, right? Hook, Tarun, is a sentence that introduces the topic. The topic here is buying local or imported products. Okay, that's the topic. All right. And capturing the audience. This is the phrase I use to capture my audience. Why does this phrase capture the audience? So if I write, customers must frequently decide between buying local or domestic products, why does this hook capture my audience? Why does it capture the audience's interest? Okay, for this question. Can anybody tell me? There's a very simple reason for it. Rajveer says because it's reality. Priyanka says it gives clarity about the topic. Shiva, very nice, very similar. Customers should choose products between domestic and international products. Yeah. Ghazi says there is diversity in markets of both international and national products that customers must choose from. The reason why this hook captures your audience is because it creates empathy. It has a great deal of empathy. Meaning that it is the same that many people feel. So here the examiner goes, yeah, I do that. This morning when I went to the market, I had to look at the imported mango, which cost this much and looked this good. And I looked at the domestic mango and yeah, I had to make that decision. Okay. So a good hook creates empathy in the reader. Okay. So if you're going for that band 8 and that band 9, you have to create empathy. And some of you might be thinking, whoa, really? We have to write at that level on the IELTS for band 8, 9? Yes, you do, okay? Writing is a key part of high school and university in most Western cultures and schools, and they will expect you to have very good writing in your college, university, and your workplace, okay? Jamal, this is not an agree or disagree. This is a choose one side and support it with points. Okay. All right. So now we need a background, which is the definition and importance. Okay. So here, let's do the background. So many products, such as food and clothing, are manufactured by both local workers and foreign countries' citizens. Deciding which products to buy has a significant impact on both individual and community well-being. Okay. So this is the background. Again, background is a simple explanation of what we're talking about. So we're giving clarity for the reader, and we are telling them why this is important. Because that choice that you make, whether you're buying that local mango or that foreign mango, does impact the individual you. Okay, obviously you don't want to buy a terrible tasting mango, and you don't want to spend a ton of money on a mango if not necessary, right? And it also will impact your country, right? So people's jobs and so on. Okay, so customers must frequently decide between buying local or imported products. Many products, such as food and clothing, are manufactured by both local workers and foreign countries' citizens. Deciding which products to buy has a significant impact on both individual and community well-being. And now let's take what Rajveer wrote as the thesis statement and develop that into an essay. A good thesis statement can be developed into an essay by any good writer. It doesn't even have to be your own, okay? So let's develop Rajveer's. Now here is your Band 9 introduction, okay? So obviously this introduction is much better than a Band 6 introduction, which is just a paraphrase with this essay will. And I'll show you that just for interest's sake, because I know a lot of you are like, well, this is what my teacher told me and it'll get a good band score on the IELTS, but it won't. And if you did this before in the IELTS, you know it doesn't because you realize you didn't get a good score. So let me show you. Manny Deep had this paraphrase, and we had a student say this essay will. Okay, so let me show you a Band 6 introduction. Okay, and you're going to see the difference, so you don't need me to tell you this. You're going to actually see it yourself, okay? So let me emphasize this for you. Okay, wait, okay, here we go. Give me 2 seconds. Clear some formatting here. We'll bring this up and then we'll have a nice direct comparison here. Okay, so a Band 6 introduction. All right, so this is a Band 6 introduction. Several individuals believe that it is essential to purchase goods manufactured in their country to maintain their economy. However, certain people prefer to buy imported products. This essay will discuss both sides and give my opinion in the following paragraphs. This is a Band 6, okay? Band 9. Customers must frequently decide between buying local or imported products. Many products, such as food and clothing, are manufactured by both local workers and foreign country citizens. We can make that just simply foreign citizens. Deciding which products to buy has a significant impact on both individual and community well-being. I believe that domestically produced goods are better to buy than imports due to superior quality and greater employment. Okay, that is your Band 9 level. Much more clarity, much more definition, much more direction in the essay. All right. Okay, so that's the difference. Okay, let's go into body paragraph 1. So body paragraph 1, based on our Band 9 level introduction, has a topic sentence, and I will be looking at examples, students, that you're writing in the chat. So keep writing as I'm talking, okay? We're doing this together. Amrit, thank you for that super chat donation. It's very respectful of you, and I really appreciate it. Okay, body 1, topic sentence, explanation, example, connection. Okay, so here, this one is about superior quality. Okay, all right. What does superior quality mean? Let's have a topic sentence about that. Okay, so a topic sentence is a deeper definition of your point 1. Okay. In many cases, products that are made by local workers are created with greater care and have multiple purposes. And have multiple purposes. Okay, so 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 multiple purposes. Okay benefits for the customer, such as durability, health, and comfort. Okay. So in many cases, products that are made by local workers are created with greater care and have multiple benefits for the customer, such as durability, health, and comfort. So what am I doing here? I'm giving more definition of the concept of superior quality. Okay. Yeah, Manny Deep says superior quality products that are locally produced. So Manny Deep, don't forget to include that. And you can even make the comparison. If you're like, well, my teacher told me you should always compare to the other side, you can do that. And in the computer-based exam, you can easily put that in later. So in many cases, products that are made by local workers compared to products or goods from abroad. Okay. And there, so compared to goods from abroad, I just compared it to the other side, are created with greater care and have multiple benefits for the customer, such as durability, health, and comfort. Explanation. Local producers put in extra time and effort because they are proud of their merchandise and want the best for their kin and kith. Okay, this is where you can use that kin and kith, right? Like the fellow citizens. Sometimes people use this kin and kith, and it's really strange how people use it in their speaking and writing. But this is a place where you can use that vocabulary very well. Okay, so this is my explanation. Okay. All right. Chitra Karudu says local products compared to international products are created according to the tastes of native people and quality standards. Yeah, Chitra Karudu, good start. A little bit more detail compared to the other side, right? Okay. Uni says superior quality in the sense of all aspects like durability and comfort are more attractive with domestic products than international goods. Okay, so make that comparison in the topic sentence. All right, Ghazi, careful not to introduce too many ideas into the sentence with the affordable. Okay, that's a different concept, the cost. Okay, you can say that as another paragraph if you have time, but be careful not to jump around with your ideas because that will become confusing for the reader as well. Tree Duke Fum says, what is kin and kith? Basically, it means like friends and family. Or I should say family and friends. Okay. All right. If you don't know those words, try Duke Fum, you can just say family and friends, right? Local producers produce goods for their own family, friends, citizens, right? You'd be very ashamed if you made a pair of shoes for your friends and they fell apart after 2 days. Okay, so in many cases, products that are made by local workers compared to goods from abroad are created with greater care and have multiple benefits for the customer, such as durability, health, and comfort. Local producers put in extra time and effort because they are proud of their merchandise and want the best for their kin and kith. For the past decade, I have been buying domestically made shoes called Mountaineer because they are both very good for my posture and last for at least 3 years. Okay, this is my example. All right, so here I'm going with shoes. I think shoes are a great way to make that comparison of local quality compared to international. All right, and this is enough. I just came up with this example, and it's a specific visible example to support my explanation. So supporting your posture, it's a fancy way of saying it's good for health, right? It helps me to keep my shoulders up, my back straight. And you can say this in many different ways. If you don't know the word posture, you can use a different word to explain that it's good for health, right? So my feet aren't tired, my feet aren't sore. There's lots of different ways to write this, okay? And then a connection, a simple connection here. Okay, keep writing here, students, because again, like I said, I am looking at the chat, as you just heard me, and I'm giving you feedback. Okay, so give me some nice examples as well. Tarun says local products are better quality and more comfortable because they are prepared with extra time and care. They are more durable than international merchandise. And then Tarun give the example of shoes. Okay, Mihir is asking, can we write personal examples? Absolutely, especially when the question is asking you for it. So Mihir, this question asks you for personal examples. It says, give explanations and examples using your own experience. Okay, your own experience means personal examples. So I'm using the first person voice from the start of the essay, from the thesis statement. Here's the first place that I use that first person voice, I believe. Okay, so I'm using it here. And now I'm using it here. I have. Okay, so the examiner knows this is subjective, right? Some people prefer international products for other reasons, right? Okay, connection, same thing. Personal, this is one of two reasons I support buying local merchandise. Okay, all right. So there it is. Now for body paragraph 2, it is the same concept. So topic, sentence, explanation, example, connection. Okay, you don't really need the connection for body paragraph 2 because your conclusion connects your whole essay. But you definitely need the topic, sentence, explanation, and example. So body paragraph 2. Okay. Body 2. Topic, sentence, explanation, and example. And of course, clearly it's with point 2. Greater employment, as Rajveer very well put it. All right. So we can write furthermore. Furthermore is a good way to connect here because it's like and plus 1, like another even more important concept here. So furthermore, by spending money on local goods, more citizens can be hired within the country to produce these items, which in turn keeps money local and creates an overall wealthier society. Okay. Explanation. All right. So again, explanation visible using numbers. Okay. So millions of jobs are created through buying merchandise within Canada, produced within Canada. And of course here I can introduce my country because I'm writing about my experience. So millions of jobs are created through buying merchandise produced within Canada, which in turn leads to more spending through the salaries earned by local workers. Okay. And then my example. All right. Now, if I remember suddenly of, wait a second, I need to compare to international products. However, these jobs would be lost if people or if Canadians spent their money on foreign goods. Okay. Example. The company, the shoe company, Mountaineer, provides jobs to almost 5,000, and I'm just making this up, right? Canadians across the country who can earn a living and support the economy. This makes me feel positive about buying their shoes. Okay, so that's my connection there with my previous paragraph. Okay, where I use this same example of buying domestic shoes called Mountaineer because of better quality. Here's a really important tip, students. Using the same example to prove both of your points in body paragraphs can create strong cohesion and coherence. Okay, everybody got that? So everybody got this clear point? Yes, you can use personal pronouns when the essay is asking you for it, Jessica Run. All right. Okay. Nepali says, furthermore, by buying local goods that are made locally, laborers and local companies contribute to improving the life quality of people. Oko, thank you for that super chat donation. That's awesome. Very kind of you for that. I respect that. By the way, super chat donations, they help us to know that we're doing a good job. So Oko, thanks for that. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. Now comes the conclusion. Okay. Conclusion. Don't overthink it. Okay. Key points restated, argument strengthened, and take-home message. A good conclusion is not just repeating the introduction. People do not like to read the same information again and again. So you need to do more in the conclusion than just repeat the introduction. You need to restate your key points, strengthen your argument, and give a message to your reader where they feel like, hey, that was valuable. This was worth 5 minutes of my life to read your essay. For band 7-5, band 8, band 9, you have to have a strong conclusion. You can start with in conclusion, although you will discover that in university, professors prefer you not to do that. But for the IELTS, start with in conclusion, okay? So in conclusion, better quality and greater workforce are clear benefits of buying local products. Okay, simple, restating the key points, all right? Then argument strengthened. Okay, therefore, I am in strong support of spending money on locally produced merchandise. Okay. And then the take-home message. Don't overthink it. Ultimately, it is in the interest of both the individual and society to support their local manufacturers. Okay, and that's it. All right, now let's reread the whole essay and make sure that we have a clear essay that answers this question directly. Okay, so here's the original question. You should always read the original question before you review your essay. So IELTS writing task 2. You should spend about 40 minutes on this task. Some people feel it is important to buy local products to support their economy, while others prefer to buy international brands. Which do you believe is better and why? Give explanations and examples using your own experience. Lots of great planning. And then, customers must frequently decide between buying local or imported products. Many products, let's change products here to goods. Many goods such as food and clothing are manufactured by both local workers and foreign country citizens. Let's change this to domestic. I'm doing this to avoid repetition in nearby sentences. Okay. And foreign country citizens. Deciding which products to buy has a significant impact on both individual and community well-being. I believe that domestically produced goods are better to buy than imported due to superior quality and greater employment. In many cases, products that are made by local workers compared to goods from abroad are created with greater care. I'm repeating greater a lot, so let's just do a more care, and have multiple benefits for the customer, such as durability, health, and comfort. Local producers put in extra time and effort because they are proud of their merchandise and want the best for their kin and kith. For the past decade, I have been buying domestically made shoes called Mountaineer because they are both very good for my posture and last for at least 3 years. This is one of 2 reasons I support buying local merchandise. Furthermore, by spending money on local goods, more citizens can be hired within the country to produce these items, which in turn keeps money local and creates an overall wealthier society. Millions of jobs are created through buying merchandise produced within Canada. That leads, I don't want to repeat which in turn, that leads to more spending through salaries earned by local workers. With the salaries earned by local workers. However, these jobs would be lost if Canadians spent their money on foreign goods. The shoe company Mountaineer provides jobs to almost 5,000 Canadians across the country who can earn a living and support the economy. This makes me feel positive about buying their shoes. In conclusion, better quality and greater workforce are clear benefits of buying local products. Therefore, I am in strong support of spending money on locally produced merchandise. Ultimately, it is in the interest of both the individual and society to support their local manufacturers. All right, that will certainly get you a great band score. And students, you can write this essay. We will give you a band score estimate. So send us your essays. You can send your essay, not just this one, but you can send other essays too if you're wondering what your band score is. You can send your essay to my email address, adrian@aehelp.com. And you can use the editing function on our website, Task 1, Task 2 editing. And before you send your essay, okay, so before you send your essay, sign up for Grammarly with our link. And that's how you get the free score, okay? So this link, sign up for Grammarly. It's absolutely free. No tricks here, nothing like that. Sign up for a free Grammarly account. It's very useful. A lot of people already have it, but if you don't have it, sign up for Grammarly with the link. I just put it in the chat. And then check your essay with Grammarly first so you learn your grammar mistakes, and then send it to us and we'll give you a mark. We'll say, hey, this is a band 7, band 8. In fact, what you can do is send it before your Grammarly correction and after your Grammarly correction so you can see how much you're losing because of grammar. And if you sign up for a premium Grammarly account, I think we might have that at the very bottom, yeah, then you can get a full Task 1 essay edited for free, okay? So it's the same link, but then if you upgrade to a premium account, you can send us your essay and we'll do a full edit with corrections, suggestions, comment balloons, and all that, okay? We've got more classes tomorrow, everyone, at the same time. So we have speaking part 2, speaking part 3, where I actually talk to our students. So we call each other and we talk to each other through the website. Okay, we use the website for speaking, listening. We have lots of videos there. So definitely go to our websites, sign up for the premium package. So many people do. They all benefit. Click the Join Now button. You get access to our practice exams that we use in the websites. You get access to all of our videos. So a great way to maximize your score. And it doesn't cost a lot compared to the IELTS. So you're making a smart decision. Okay, everyone, that's it for me for now. I look forward to seeing some of your essays, and I will be back tomorrow with speaking part 2, speaking part 3. Have an awesome start to the weekend, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Good luck to all of those who are writing their exams over the course of this week. I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from beautiful Victoria. Much love to all of you wherever you are in this wonderful world. Bye for now.